My child's daycare had a death in the family. It's a small, family-owned place, so this affected all the employees. They sent out an email at like 3 a.m. I couldn't miss work, as I had a very important day, so I scrambled to find a sitter, just for that day. My stepbrother's girlfriend was basically the only person I know that doesn't work, so I called her. She says, "Sure, but I can only watch him for 6 hours, and I'll give you my family rate, so it will only be $200. I asked if she was serious. She assured me she was, and that this was her livelihood and she takes it very seriously, that she was already offering me a family discount. Please note that it was not her livelihood. My stepbrother has a great job and has always paid for everything. He has tried to get her to do anything to earn money, but she refuses to work and believes he should support her fully, including daily Starbucks, hair, nails, designer stuff, etc. Please also note that I had done a lot for this girl, just to help her out. The list is long. I agreed only because I would have lost my job had I not gone to work that day. I paid her $200, which she demanded up front, to get to work for a little over 4 hours after factoring commute. Fast forward a couple of years. They have separated, they have a kid, and she is living for free in his dad's extra house, and driving my dad's extra car for free. The ex pays all the bills and necessities. She finally breaks down and gets a job because he stopped paying for her hair, nails, etc. She has a day when her child care falls through and sends out the same request I did. Can anyone watch my kid? I have to go to work or I'll get fired. I told her I could absolutely do it, then charged her the same bogus price she charged me. I told her it was the family rate. She cussed me out. Edit. Why would either of us get fired has been asked a ton. Here's why. I was scheduled to teach a seminar for about 400 people. This was extremely expensive to the company once you factor all the logistics of closing operations for a day and etc. If I would have last-minute canceled, it would have cost them the same twice. Under normal circumstances, I can miss work for an emergency, but not during something like that. I'm a salary employee, so I usually work about 60 hours a week. Taking off after lunch or something isn't a big deal. It was just the magnitude of the event. She worked a job that anyone was qualified for and was on the chopping block for missing work all the time. Also, it was not her livelihood. At some point before she got with my stepbrother, she was babysitting for a family for a couple of weeks, but they fired her for being unreliable. She recognized the position I was in and threw out a number because she knew I had no choice but to pay it. Also note, she cussed me out when I tried to charge her the exact thing she charged me, so no. I wasn't just being cheap. Comment by user. LOL. Fair's fair. Good of you to give her the family rate considering she's ex-family now, really. Reply by original poster. Kid is family, but I'd really be glad to not have to deal with her anymore for sure. The entitlement is strong with this one. Comment by user. I don't know what a good or bad rate is for babysitting, but if she got mad at the same price while not being charged extra as it's a few years later, that's just a thing of beauty. Reply by original poster. I usually pay $10 to $15 an hour for a date night, etc. She was charging over $30 an hour. Professional nannies make more. People in big cities charge more. The more kids you have, the more it costs, etc. We live super rurally, and $10 to $15 is pretty high for this area. Comment by user. Did she pay? Reply by original poster. Heck no. I make great money and she knew I was in a position where I had no choice but to pay, so she took advantage of the situation. She was maybe earning $500 a week total, so she definitely couldn't pay the same rate she charged me. Comment by user. Karma that she deserved, haha. Question is, why did your stepbro not dump her ages ago? Reply by original poster. That's a great question. Comment by user. Shit. I'm more interested in the full-time job, that's too good to lose. That's only 4 hours a shift including commute. Damn. 3-hour days and a full wage. Reply by original poster. I'm salary. I came in and did my important thing, then I left. I usually work 60-ish or so hours a week, so it's alright, but I don't punch any clocks. Comment by user. Love that for you. X still didn't deserve as much as she's receiving from your stepbro. Bro should have just gotten the custody and dropped the dead weight. Reply by original poster. If only it were that simple. But she definitely doesn't deserve all the free stuff she has gotten. Comment by user. You explained yourself well. Good job. Reply by original poster. Oh, thanks. Comment by user. I'm a salary employee, so I usually work about 60 hours a week. You make this sound so normal. It's not. You are being taken advantage of if you are working this many hours. Reply by original poster. Yep, I absolutely am. Comment by user. I guess it's just me, but I would and have never charged anyone to watch their child. I mean, if it was an everyday deal, then sure, but one time or a couple times, no. It mind boggles me how money hungry and greedy some people can be. When knowing most people can't afford that for one day. I mean, I think that's disgusting, but that's just me, I guess. Including people that want $20, $30 for gas just driving someone 5 minutes out the way. It pisses me off. It's like any opportunity to make a couple bucks by technically scamming people into it by tripling the price it should be is cool to them. I have family like that and I wouldn't do anything for them for free now. Reply by original poster. Exactly. A friend of mine and I do babysitting trades for date nights. If it's for an emergency type situation and it's family, I definitely do for them. My neighbor is a single dad and we look out for each other all the time. But if you can't act like you're part of the community, then you don't get the community benefits, and I guess she didn't like that. Comment by user. Calls a woman a girl. Says the girl isn't really doing work because her husband earns money. Says the girl refuses to work despite this being an example of the girl doing work. Says the girl is wrong because Starbucks, hair, nails. I don't know what the fuck this is getting at honestly, but it's a weird point. Reply by original poster. I'm in my 40s, she is early 20s. She is still a kid. He's not her husband. She jumps from guy to guy and expects them to keep her up. And yes, expecting luxuries like those without contributing is entitled and wrong. I don't know who could justify acting like she did. Comment by user. I don't consider over $33 an hour a family rate. At her rates, no one could afford childcare so they could work. It would be over $52,000 a year. I know childcare is expensive, but it has not risen to this point. Reply by original poster. Exactly. Especially not in a super rural area. Comment by user. Is 60 hours a week standard for your country for salaried employees? In Australia, it's 38 hours. Reply by original poster. No, but it's also not unusual. Comment by user. Did she take the deal? Reply by original poster. Lol, no. Comment by user. Where do you people work that sack you if you call in sick one day? Reply by original poster. America. Comment by user. I agreed. Only because I would have lost my job had I not gone to work that day. What's up with that? Getting fired for missing one day of work? Had you already missed a bunch of work and were on something like a final warning or something? And she was horrible and you did the right thing, only should probably have charged her more. Reply by original poster. I have a big career. I was doing a seminar for about 400 employees and the logistics of getting them all there and shutting down work for it to happen was extremely expensive. I might not have been fired, but I care too much about my career to find out. It may have been possible to reschedule in advance, but such short notice would not have been a good look. Comment by user. Sue, did you watch her kid? Did she get fired? You can't just leave it at, she cussed me out. Reply by original poster. Definitely didn't watch her kid. She did end up getting fired, but I think it was for a different time that she missed work. Comment by user. I'm a salary employee, so I usually work about 60 hours a week. Tell me you're American without telling me you're American. WTF, dude. Reply by original poster. I am in fact an American. Comment by user. Wish I could upvote you several times. Sounds like you have been browbeaten into further explanations from shitty Redditors. Reply by original poster. Wish I could upvote this several times. Comment by user. Makes great money, yet holds on to something minor with deep hatred for years then brags about it. This reads more like a fantasy than reality. Reply by original poster. Oh, if only that were the only thing. There's a ton of stuff that she did that was just terrible to my family. It's not about the money. It's about the way she treated us all so badly for years and took advantage of us. All the drama she started, all the trash talking and smear campaigns. It wasn't a simple tit for tat. Just a taste of her own medicine. Comment by user. TL_DR. Women's career isn't important, only the husband's. Therefore she should do it for free. She assured me she was, and that this was her livelihood and she takes it very seriously. That she was already offering me a family discount. It seems that this story is missing something, and it looks like she had a job of running child care from home, but this is being discounted because she's just a woman and her husband has a good job. The only evidence you have provided that it is not her job is that her husband has a good job. Is great example of anecdotes not being evidence. Reply by original poster. She definitely didn't run a home child care. Apparently at some point she was babysitting as a side gig, but wasn't actively earning any income. As soon as she got her claws in my stepbrother, she stopped working in any form. Comment by user. Bell's friendly swim head boast cooing crush truck butter wistful. This post was mass deleted and anonymized with redact. https://redact.dev. Reply by original poster. $200 for 6 hours works out to $1,333 a week for 40 hours. This does not include commute time. No one out here is paying that much money for child care for one child per week unless they are maybe hyper wealthy. I'm not cheap. Market value weekly daycare rates are $600 a week. Not sure if you're aware, but you have to pay daycare even if your kid doesn't go, and even if it's because the daycare closes the center. So on this week I would have paid out $800 for childcare, just for the week. Comment by user. Getting fired for missing 1 day of work. GIF. Giphy A3 ZQVRH42. Reply by original poster. Explained above. I was teaching a seminar for about 400 people and the logistics of making that happen were costly and intense. I may not have actually gotten fired, but I care too much about my career to find out. She laid out of her job so much she was about to get fired. Comment by user. Why do you care what she thinks of you? You obviously dislike her. Her likes or dislikes shouldn't matter. Reply by original poster. I don't care at all what she thinks of me? Comment by user. An eye for an eye and you're blind. I bet you feel really good. Reply by original poster. First day on petty revenge? Comment by user. She doesn't work, she obviously does, or you wouldn't be going to her for a service. It's not her livelihood. Yet you're doing your part to make sure it's not her livelihood. Women do not owe you free labor just because children are involved. Whatever argument ensued later on is one thing, but the original event makes you look like a jerk. Reply by original poster. I was happy to pay her, just not such a super inflated rate that didn't even encompass my entire workday. Comment by user. This is good entertainment, but I feel bad for anyone that actually believes any of this actually happened. It's fiction, designed to entertain. The people in these comments are taking it way too seriously. Reply by original poster. I'm glad you think this couldn't be real. Face with tears of joy, the bubble you must live in. Comment by user. $200 for 6 hours doesn't seem too extreme on short notice. OP, you seem pretty butthurt. Reply by original poster. Oh, there's so much this girl did to my family. This was a very small thing on a pile of lots of different things. And if $200 isn't so bad, why did she cuss me out for making her the same offer? I was even gonna watch her kid for more hours than she watched mine for. Seems like a super fair deal if that's the way you do business. Comment by user. Was she a stay-at-home parent or running an in-home? Those are jobs. Reply by original poster. No and no. Comment by user. Why would you get fired for missing 1 day's work for genuine reason? Reply by original poster. I've explained, and I'm editing the post. Comment by user. If you are in a major metropolitan city, $30 per hour is reasonable pay for a consistent nanny. However, that was just being rude. From the little information provided, I get the vibe that she is a spoiled brat. I nanny and tutor, so definitely my livelihood, and I do have a sliding scale on a case-by-case basis, but obviously don't start with that. But never have I ever asked money to watch my nieces or nephews. When I was in my early 20s, I would have my brother and sis pay for food and such when I was with the kids. Now, I have a budget for these times with my nieces and nephews. Reply by original poster. Yep, totally reasonable price in a metro area, but not where I am. A few years ago, I lived in a metro area, and that was definitely on par with the rates there. And she is definitely spoiled. Another example of her entitlement. She borrowed my sister's car for an extended period. Car was paid off and was liability insurance only. She wrecked the car. Not a bad wreck and had no injuries, but enough to total an older vehicle. She tried to sue my sister's insurance company under the pretense that the seatbelt and/or airbag dust caused her to get a respiratory infection. Then, after my sister replaced the car out of pocket because liability only didn't cover the cost, she asked my sister if she could borrow the new car. Comment by user. Did she pay you to do it? Also, what was her supposed explanation for being made? You gave her the family rate? Reply by original poster. I didn't watch her kid. She cussed me out and accused me of being greedy. Please leave your story in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to get new update. Thank you.